this is a two-parter, a compliment and a question. I've found your style of writing to be, of all people that write in the numismatic field, specifically Australian, I've found yours to be the most accessible and enjoyable. I find it to be very, very much the kind of thing that I can work my way through and understand it the whole way along. And some very complicated subjects can be presented in a very accessible way. And an article that you wrote not so long ago actually acknowledged that in a collection that you had purchased, there was actually a fake coin. And I was fascinated by that because it seems like the kind of thing that a lot of dealers would shy away from, acknowledging that they had purchased a fake coin. And given the very open and honest nature of your writings and the way you conduct yourself, what motivated you to produce or publish that?
I mean, the emperor doesn't wear any clothes, right? So by that I mean, if I am a buffoon, people will know that I'm a buffoon. So there's no, I think particularly in the modern age, the idea that we can restrict information about our ability or integrity is just misplaced. So I prefer to try and to acknowledge that, hopefully in an adult way. And, you know, like when it comes to counterfeit coins specifically, it's not necessarily, making a mistake can be a learning experience. And I try and make sure that every mistake I make, I learn from. I'm not always successful in doing that, but I think that's having that positive relationship to a failure. And it's not, you know, if I buy a counterfeit coin and then, you know, keep it in my library of counterfeits, then that's not necessarily a problem. If I sell it to somebody and don't describe it as such, then that is a problem that, one wouldn't want to make public. So I guess, that. Does that answer your question? Like, I would want to welcome it as a learning opportunity, and hopefully somebody else can learn from it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that was a lesson, and I'm sure it's a lesson that most people in the industry have had to learn one way or the other. And I remember the first time that I bought my first fake coin, which was a counterfeit Melbourne Centenary florin. And I was a wreck. It made me sort of doubt everything. And I thought, I'm not cut out for this. I'm an idiot. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm in over my head. But yeah, I think you're right.
I've had the fortune to meet a lot of really experienced people, and, you know, whether within Australia or internationally, everyone makes mistakes, right? That's how we relate to them and deal with them. That's the difference. And I think numismatics involves experiential learning. You can read a book. There are books on PCGS, to use grading as an example, published as a grading guide, which is really useful theoretically. We don't live in a world of theory. We live in a world where we buy a Melbourne Centenary florin, we find out that it's counterfeit, we get berated for it, and then we resolve to never do that again.
Absolutely. It's very much like touching a red hot stove. One and done, hopefully.
Yeah.